Hello everyone! Today I want to take it a bit easier, and I want to start exploring some of these islands. There's a bunch of bases on these, and they all have a bit of lore. We found 6 of them so far, and you can read them in your planet analyzer, right down here on the toxic algae. We got 6 of the written notes. I found a couple more bases that I have not explored yet, so that's what we'll be doing today. In the meantime, I'm also going to place down a climate regulator in the coldest area. That will give us the radiation absorber, and I imagine that there is going to be a base in that radiated area. Before we start that, however, I would like to get a couple more batteries. I know I've said in the past that I'm not really planning to do this, or to add more batteries, because we were going to get the new ones soon. But soon can't come close enough, and we're going to need a couple things before we can get the uranium properly. It isn't that difficult though, so that is good. All we need is cobalt and a refiner. Right, that's all we need. It is a very simple process that I just kinda neglected for a while. That's mainly because we don't really need the refined cobalt as often, but we needed them for the batteries. I think 1 extra energy cell is gonna be good enough. I mean, nearly 7 minutes of flight. That isn't too bad. Alright, let's start in this cold zone, right next to our base, and then slowly make our way down to the extreme cold one. There was this ruined building up here. I want to actually place one of the climate regulators right next to it, because I want to compare them. Because I'm pretty sure the model is based off one. I mean, it's going to take a little while for the thing to build up. Wait a second, actually, there's some crates around here too. Wait, is that that's a sapphire deposit as well. I didn't even know that was here. What the hell? Oh, nuclear reactors. Yeah, we'd be taking those though. As well as the saw blades, because we still don't make those either. Let's see, unknown ruined building. It's pretty massive. Ooh, energy cells. Actually, are we making these? I think so, right? Those were those were amethyst. Yeah, you can have those back, man. Don't need those. I'm so tempted to just make... Yeah, you know what? I am gonna do that. I know this was gonna be a relaxing day, but... You know what? Sometimes, when the opportunity arrives, we may as well set it up. This does require... probably 2 geothermal plants, to be honest. Just because this building takes so much of it. But now we can properly see. No, it does look different. I do remember there is a building that looks like this, right? Maybe it's one of the control towers we unlock later? I don't remember. Let's see, how many sapphire items are there? Just 1? That's not too bad then. Right, nice. Everything is running at 100%. Built an entire geothermal plant for like 40 extra power that we needed. We'll eventually have to switch this one out with a faster tier 3 mine, but we need to find diamonds for that. Right, let's go to this base down here first. I think that's everything on this island. It doesn't even look like it has a proper big base inside here. Oh, there's multiple small ones. Ooh, reinforced frames, heck yeah. Here's one of the notes. We'll be taking a look at that in a second. Oh, here's the amethyst. They were drilling this. I saw a drill outside for copper and thought that was the only thing they were mining, but guess not. Ooh, advanced plates, bioreactors, nuclear reactors. They were making the good stuff here. Anything on top? No. No sneaky note? No, I think they're only on desks. Oh, plasma conductors. I mean, we're just creating those now. We don't have the laser emitters though. And osmium, I don't know why they have that in there. Wait, there's sapphire here too? And ooh, jetpacks. Heck yeah. We finally have a jetpack and I didn't have to make it. Hooray! I think it took a couple items that we just did not have. But that was a little while ago. AI chips, which I think we could make now. Yeah, we just need to set up a ruby one. Yeah, we could have made it. Easily. Alright, let's check out the written note. My models predict atmospheric purification in 48.4 years, if no new contamination occurs. If even one tower fails, it resets. I must build reducency. The wind will carry the cure. Is that what the towers are, maybe? Is that what he's talking about? They were like air purifiers? I don't really get what he was trying to purify, though, to be fair. Like, sure, there's some toxic algae, but... that's in the water, though. Is there anything on this bottom section? I don't see any... Nope, there's no bases around here. Alright, let's go over to the coldest region. And let's have a little fly over the radiated zone. See if we can spot anything. Yeah, there is a small base around here. That looks different, though, than any other one I've seen so far. You think we're safe in here? It doesn't sound like we're safe in here. Hey, it has some goodies. And a written note as well. I saw it. A bloom of fire just passed the atmosphere. That was the escape vessel. They never made it. Particle. Maybe it corrupted their navigation. Their shielding. I begged the sky to lie to me. But I know what I saw. Oh, that is very messed up, man. Right, well, we'll come back here later. I doubt there's anything in that cave. Although, we should check anyway, don't we? It didn't seem like radiation was killing us that quickly. A bunch of sapphires. I thought they were diamonds. Cave goes kind of deep. There's uranium here. Ooh, radiation insolence. Rotors. Frames. Yeah, those are pretty good. We need a tier 3 drill for mining uranium, so we sadly cannot do anything with that. I also found another vein somewhere else that is a little safer. Alright, let's get a vantage point, see if there's anything else in this radiated zone. I don't think so, though. Yeah, there was one guy that was left behind. I guess he was chilling out over here, and that kind of did him in. Is this the spawn, or is this something else? I see another one of those towers here. Yeah, this is spawn, alright. Let's place down one of the climate regulators, which probably is going to require a geothermal as well. Yeah, it's not getting enough power. So let's explore the spawn area a little more. Here's another one of these towers. Oh, hey. They have an entire base set up with this one. Like, hop inside. There is a node here, that is nice. And there's also a bunch of crates. With, I mean, decent stuff, but a lot of this we're making. Ooh, bunch of diamond ore, though? Guess I'll be taking that, because we haven't found any. We might be able to use that to make the drill. Yeah, because we make one diamond drill. We could make an advanced miner. We can get the uranium going. Let's see, what's this node? First tower operational. 247 meters of atmospheric filter arrays. The design works in simulation, and early readings are promising. One tower down, free to go. Time is not on my side. There's 4 towers in total. I feel like we've seen many more, right? We've seen one here. We've seen one here. I think there was one somewhere around here, too. Yeah, actually, maybe there were only 4. I wonder if we're supposed to finish what he started later. That could be kind of interesting as well. And I see something else here. And then there's one of those ruined portals over there. Or not portals, the caves over there. Uranium ore. Yeah, I'll take that. Ooh, a bunch of saw blades. What were they mining here? Diamonds? Wait, they were mining that with tier 2? That is kind of suspicious, game. That's not how this works. I mean, if we could mine the diamonds, that'd be even better, right? We wouldn't need a gem cutter, which means we need fast rotors. Ooh, terraformation stage has been completed. So I suppose we may as well check out what to do next. I imagine it's absorbing radiation. Yeah. Now it'll give us the atmospheric control tower. Alright, let's see. Gem cutter. We're going to need multiple of these. Because I think diamond had 2 things, but we specifically want the diamond drills for now. Making the radiation absorber, though, 1 takes a lot of power, but 2 also takes a bunch of items we're not creating yet. Alright, I thought I could get this going by placing it down a couple wind turbines. The gem cutter requires a lot. Unless it's also trying to power all these things still. Wouldn't surprise me. There is a note in here. There's a bunch of lockers, too. I suppose while we're waiting anyways, place down one of those. Get the area a little hotter in the meantime. I just created a couple drills. How many did we need? Hopefully just 1. Yes, but we also needed 4 AI chips. But we should be able to just craft those. Right, we needed rubies for that. Oh, and we don't have that set up for whatever dumb reason. That is unfortunate. Alright, well, I've set it all up anyway. Actually, can we? We should be able to just mine this with tier 2, actually, now think about it. Yeah, it's just specifically the radiation that needs tier 3. It's a little slow, but once we have the stuff for the tier 3, we should be good. Let's hop inside of the other base. High capacity O2 tanks. I think we are carrying 2 of them, right? Yeah. But I mean, we have 2 more, so that can't hurt. We have 900 oxygen. Oh man, this one is loaded. And it has a couple good things, like ship engines, got some batteries. It even has a rock scanner, but we already have one of those. Alright, well, other than that, I don't see anything great. Oh, microscopes. We are not producing those. Let's see what the note says. The design is ready. All spires, filter arrays reaching 250 meters into the sky, engineered to isolate and neutralize the particle. In theory, they'll work. In practice, it will take decades for the atmosphere to clear, even if I build a dozen of them. And that's just the air. The algae has rooted itself into every lake bed on this planet. Once the sky is clean, I'll still have to find a way to kill it without destroying what's left of the ecosystem. I won't live to see any of it, but maybe someone will. Do you think that whatever the dude did, his spires, they did the job? And we're seeing the aftermath now? Because it's been a couple decades, right, since they were last on this planet. Do you think that the towers did their job and that particle is gone? That could be kind of interesting. But there's an ice cave here. With unloaded textures. Yeah, there's nothing really for us. But yeah, that is kind of what it sounds like, because it's not as bad as the people here describe it to be. But my guess is that those towers that we keep seeing just worked. There is a small and tiny island right over here as well. Is that just there for funsies, or does it have anything on it? I feel like it's just for fun. I think with all the context clues, we can kinda guess what happened to this place. We know why they left. We know that they died. We know that whatever they were doing here didn't actually do its job. And now we're here to finish the job with taking care of the algae. Let's see. Did we ever read this note? Radiation levels spiked again. It's the same damn particle. Yeah, I read this one before. But also while we're here anyway, we do have a ruby line. We may as well split this off and have the other part go into a warehouse. Gonna look a little ugly, but we don't really come here anyway. That way we should be able to make the AI chips. And actually, thinking about it, there was a uranium deposit right here as well. So we require 4 AI chips. We can easily make that now. So let's see, where was the vein? Over here. Slap a tier 3 drill on there. That is refined uranium. Let's take this outside. I don't want to set up too much with this just yet. I'm gonna have this split and go for a refiner. I was here to make a couple fast rotors because I wanted to make the tier 2 water pumps. And we can actually already craft a better battery. That's pretty good. Yeah, we had enough stuff from what we looted to make a tier 2 water purifier. So I was like, well, why not make a tier 2 pump as well? Right, there we go. Geothermal is done. Okay, well, it doesn't seem to be too much faster, I guess, than a regular. I'm guessing it just does a bigger area. But to be fair, even with that little amount of purification, this is already at 40 or 54%. That's pretty damn good. Our uranium is coming in. Let's get out of here. Because we have a lot of other bases to explore. Well, it's more like one island. Because I know that on this one, there's at least 2 that we saw. And then there is something over here. Which are those buildings over there. But there was some in this desert area. There was one back there. That's just one of those climate control towers, or purifiers, or whatever the heck it was that the dude was doing here. I'm guessing this is extreme hot zone, though. Yep. Make this a little less of a hot zone while we're here. What's this? Gold alloy. More gold alloy. Yeah, I'll take that. Alright, note. Here it is. This isn't a retreat. It's a regroup. Nova Terra isn't ready, but one day it might be. And Antel still won't leave. We can't force him. We'll leave tomorrow. God help us if the ship systems fail. On re-entry. Oh yeah, so I guess it did fail. So they had a suspicion that something happened already. Or was going to happen. Let's see, anything around here? Yeah, I saw some crates. Diamonds. It's not really too exciting. Oh, this one is though. Nuclear radiators. I'll take those. So far, I'm not seeing anything else, like base-wise. I'm guessing that besides the one that is right over this cliffside here, this island doesn't have anything either. Ooh, quantum processors. Yeah, these are advanced assemblies though. Ooh, and a vehicle battery, nice. A warming unit. I'll leave those, because I don't really care much. Radiation shield. Radiation isn't too bad either. What were they mining here? Graphite or phosphorus? Anything here? Yes, a written note. They're gone. I watched the fire trail across the sky. Then nothing. No signal, no return. Just silence. The particle reached their systems. They never stood a chance. I'm alone now. Completely. So you watched them from back here. I thought it was at the other place. But I guess maybe not. Right, there was also a cave there. Before I start flying away completely. I don't think there's anything useful in the caves. There usually isn't. But we'll go check it out anyway. Oh, there is a giant diamond vein. But we already are mining one of those. Yeah, and that's it. One last look around. I don't see anything. I think with that, I explored every island. And we got the story on every single base. But there's one thing I want to check out. And that is the order of things. Did the guy that created those towers... Did he do that after or before the other people left? And also, is it the same dude? Because again, I thought it was over there. In the radiation zone. And again, that could just be a note of him thinking back. But you know, that's why we want to check out for sure. Interesting, so the explosion was first when he was in the radiation zone. I guess then he left to go to the desert place. Maybe just to see if they came back? I'm guessing that's what this note then refers to. No return specifically. Yeah, and then afterwards he started working on the spires that we keep seeing. Man, he did all that on his own. That is ridiculous. I mean, we're also doing all this on our own, but usually in context we have access to a lot more technology than they did. And also, we are kind of the main character. So it's more gamified, so... Dang. That dude must have been pretty old, man. By the time he got around to doing all that work. Alright, but on the brighter note, let's analyze this one, the uranium ore. That is the last thing we gotta do. Nuclear power plant. That didn't actually unlock much. Yeah, we scrapped the entire story together. So they landed on Terra because it looked like a planet that was kind of close to Earth. But the air was very thin. And they say dry, but they did land in a bloody desert, so I guess it would make sense, right? Then they were setting up bases all over the place. And they brought in fauna from another planet, or from Earth. However, the particle that is in the sky accelerated the growth, specifically of the algae. And it just took over, and it became toxic. Then some people got very sick, so they were like, "Fuck, we gotta leave," because radiation levels were spiking. That is mainly, I think, due to the particle. Yeah, it even says it here, that's the same damn particle. So they decided to leave. However, due to all that radiation, it interfered with their ship, and it blew up. But this one guy, Anatole, stayed behind, and after seeing that, he was like, "I'm gonna work to create a habitable planet still." So he constructed a bunch of spires, and it would take decades. I think it was like nearly 50 years, or just over 50 years. Yeah, almost 50 years for the contamination to get purified. And that is where we come in. While it only took care of the purification of the air, the water is still toxicated with the algae, because it could not get rid of that. So it is our job to filter all the water. And I guess that is the full story of Terra. A very sad ending to all this, but I guess now we know what happened to Terra. Yeah, in the next episode, what I want to do is I want to create the radiation absorber. Now that we figured out what happened here, it's time for us to pick up the mantle and finish what Anatole started. See you all next time.